As you well know by now, I love movie licensed games. Sure, lots of them are crap, but there are some real gems hidden among the shit. Sometimes, though, there's unofficial and unauthorized video game adaptations of movies. But how the game developers get away with them, I'll never know. And in this video, I just want to take a look at a couple of them. So anyway, let's get into it. How did they not get sued? First up is Sly Spy for the arcade. Or as the sexy woman's voice puts it in the beginning,
Sly Spy.
Sly Spy. Ooh, this game's trying to seduce me. How nice. Anyway, I really like this game, and someday I may review it. But right now, I just want to focus on one thing. Specifically, how did Data East not get sued by the James Bond franchise holders? This game is literally fucking James Bond, just with an American coat of paint. Look at this. You can call your character 007 in the beginning. The hero wears a tuxedo and has a Walther PPK, just like Bond. There are pretty women. He has his country's flag on a parachute. There's a Jaws lookalike boss. And an Oddjob lookalike boss. The hero even has to foil a nuclear plot just like half a dozen of the Bond films. Okay, maybe I can let the game slide on some of those bits, because they're common enough not to be copyrightable. But for Christ's sakes, the game even has a fucking golden gun! Sure, it acts more like a super rifle, but still! Alright, so maybe the game developers could get away with it by saying it's an homage. Homage being French for, we're ripping your fucking ass off and not paying you a cent. So go fuck off! While doing research for this video, I looked it up, and they didn't get sued. Why they didn't? I have no idea. Maybe the Bond people didn't care or it slipped past their radar. Next on my list is Zombie for the Amiga. And what can I say about this one? It's George Romero's classic film Dawn of the Dead. And yet again, I can't understand why the game developers didn't get sued for this one. It's 4 characters at a mall, just like the film. Okay, they do look a little different from their movie counterparts, but still! There's 3 men and 1 woman. Couldn't they have used 3 characters instead, or maybe 2? Also, the game starts with a chopper on the roof. There's zombies shuffling around the mall in a survival horror type situation. Christ, there's even a gun shop in the mall! And does the opening image remind you of anything? Now, Hollywood is known for being very litigious, yet the game developers somehow got away with this. How? I have no fucking idea. Again, though, maybe the game was obscure enough that it slipped past their radar. Third on my list is Arumana no Kiseki for the Famicom. Alright, so this game only came out in Japan. But if you can't see that this is a blatant ripoff of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, then I don't know what to say. Let's look at the evidence. The game starts with a stone stolen from a small village. Sound familiar yet? No? Okay, then how about this? A hero who wears a fedora and wields a whip-like weapon. Still not convinced? Alright. The hero uses a knife and a gun. There's a scene with a minecart. And you even fight a boss at the end that suspiciously looks like Kali. But the first level boss is a dragon, and Indy didn't fight one of those in the film. So I guess it's not a rip-off after all. Oh man, at this rate they may as well have ripped off the Raiders March like Highlight did and put it on the main title screen. Because the people who made this game couldn't be any more obvious about their theft if they tried. I guess maybe the only reason they didn't get sued is because it only came out in Japan. Or perhaps George Lucas and Paramount simply didn't know about it. Or maybe they knew about it and they didn't want to sue because it would be too complicated with another country, or maybe it would take too long. Or maybe they didn't sue because they didn't think they had enough of a case and it would cost too much money. I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. The strangest thing of all is that this is the best indie game for both the NES and the Famicom. And it's not even an authorized adaptation. Go figure. My next selection is the Cliffhanger Edward Randy for the arcade. And here we go again. Only this time, instead of ripping off Temple of Doom, they're ripping off Last Crusade. First off, we have yet another hero with a whip. Not to mention that the first level is a boat chase with a blonde-haired woman at the wheel. Remember Elsa in Venice, anyone? Plus there's a train level and a biplane level. If the people who made this game didn't take a buttload of inspiration from Last Crusade, I'll eat my goddamn fedora! As with all the other games, I have no idea how they didn't get sued. The nearest I can figure is that, again, nobody noticed the game. And as with the other games, they weren't exactly hiding their influences. My final selection is Rostan for the arcade. And who did they take from this time? Why, our old friend Conan the Barbarian. Now I would like to give the game designers the benefit of the doubt. But they even have Rostan sitting on a throne! If I didn't know any better, I would think that they wanted to get sued. As for the game, you have a muscle-bound hero. He wields a big sword and hacks up his enemies. He avoids traps in a castle. Even the hero on the throne looks suspiciously like Arnie. In this case, though, maybe they could get away with it because Rostan is a bit more generic. But come on! Can anybody honestly say that this game wasn't heavily inspired by the 1982 Conan film? I sure can't. So in conclusion, the fact that these game companies didn't get sued baffles me. And this video is by no means a complete list of rip-offs. Then again, Hollywood is often guilty of stealing from video games, so maybe they're just getting a taste of their own medicine. I'm not saying it's ethical, though. I'm just pointing it out. This is Film and Stuff, signing off. Thanks for watching. Homage being French for, we're ripping your fucking ass off and not paying you a cent. So go fuck off!